guys, welcome back to another Products You Love Every Which Way. My name is Shannon Tidwell and this is our 12th and final class for Products You Love. It has been a fabulous year. I've loved teaching this class. These have been some of my very favorite layouts that I've done all year long. So I've really had a good time and I hope you guys have too. I hope that you've tried some new things and tried some new products and maybe gotten some of those older products out of your storage bins and put them to good use. So for our last lesson, I had trouble kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. I did a lot of thinking and I decided to go back to one of my very favorite products. We started the year in January with border stickers. I love stickers. Stickers are one of my favorite products and they've been around forever, of course. But, and there are so many different kinds that we kind of had to narrow it down in January for border stickers. And so I'm doing the same thing this December, and we're going to do label stickers. So I've also thrown in a few different things for this one. So in addition to the label stickers, I'm also adding in some non-traditional supplies on each of the pages. So I think you'll see what I mean when you see the layouts, but I think they're a lot of fun. These layouts are going to be just a little bit wild, a little bit colorful, a little bit different, but I think that's fun and I wanted to end it in a fun way. So I've got two layouts already done that I'm going to show you first, and then once I show you those layouts and we talk about them a little bit, I am going to actually create the third layout start to finish. And again, I have a 8.5 by 11 page. This one is a 2-page layout, and you can see it's pretty poofy, but this is just tulle that I've cut, and it's actually just the kind of ribbon tulle, I guess, that comes in big spools like this. I use it a lot in gift wrapping, things like that, because you can make big bows and it doesn't get squished and ruined and it's inexpensive. So I had some of that on hand, and it happened to be these colors that matched exactly the little skirt that she had on in these pictures. So what I did is basically kind of along the lines of how I've seen these skirts made. This one's made a little bit differently because it's a layered tulle skirt, but I've seen like these little tulle skirts where they just take an elastic band and cut tulle into strips and tie it around the elastic band to make a fancy skirt. So I took that idea and incorporated it onto my scrapbook page. So all I did is I started with some twine. I strung it across and stapled it a couple times on each side so it would be held sturdy. And then I took the tulle that I showed you and cut it into strips. And I probably cut about this much, which was probably what, about 8 inches or so? So about 8-inch strips. And then I just tied a simple knot around the twine. So I did a lot of these. You can see that I just filled it up as much as I could. As you tie them, you can kind of push them together so they squish together and get real bunchy like this. So then what I did, once I got them tied on, I decided that the top row kind of needed trimming so that it didn't take over too much of the space on the top where I had the photo and this planned. So I just took my scissors and trimmed those down a little bit, kind of took my scissors and trimmed any of these that seemed a little too long or out of place. But it does look like a bulky layout, but the tulle is really lightweight and will flatten to go in your pages. So, I mean, it will stick out, be a little bit bulky, bulkier than just a normal page, but that's okay. I think it's fun. So, what I did then, real simple with the photos, I just, since this was so busy down here, I just lined my photos up right in a row. I did one on one page and 2 on the other. And then I filled in the extra space with some of this textured cardstock. I had a little bit of that left over, I think from last month's class. And then a little bit of pattern paper, just a strip there to fill that area. And then what I did is I used some of the label stickers as my background for the embellishment here. So what I did is I kind of played off this seam right here and used that as my midpoint. And so the stickers I trimmed at different places in a straight line and put some on the left side and some on the right side. So it kind of made just an interesting backdrop for the embellishment, which this embellishment is by, I just had that piece of paper. It is by, it's by Prima Marketing. So it's just a little, it's a metal, it's a pretty good size. I would say it's 1, 2, maybe like 3 inches or so long. So it's pretty good size. It does have a little bit of weight to it. I just used a couple really strong glue dots to hold it down. But I thought it fit with these photos perfectly, and it's cute and different. So I liked it. And then for my journaling, I added another label sticker over here on the right. And you can see that it sticks off the page a little bit, which is fine by me. That doesn't bother me. What I would do probably if I was putting this, when I put this in the album, I'll either go ahead and put it in a 12 by 12 page protector so it's got the extra room for the tool and everything. That's probably what I'll end up doing. But if I did this and I didn't have the extra bulk that needed a larger page protector, you could just cut a slit in your page protector and let that sticker stick out like a little tab. So sometimes I think it's fun to go off the edge a little bit and I don't know, keeps things a little different, I guess. So I think that's it for this layout, which this layout kind of plays off the photos that you just saw in the first layout. Because what I did, I was inspired by the little hairpiece that I had made her, that she was actually wearing in those birthday pictures. It's just fabric cut into strips and then rolled up to make a rosette. Really simple. I use fabric glue. You can use like a hot glue gun or fabric glue. I'm usually better. I like hot glue because it sticks pretty quickly and instantly, and you don't have to, hold it for too long. But I always burn myself, so I decided to go with just the fabric. This is just like a fabric fusion glue, and it actually dried pretty quickly. Like I used some straight pins to try to hold them while they were drying, and then but it went pretty quickly. So what I did here on this layout is first I started with this strip here in the middle, and I just lined it up, cut this strip of pattern paper the same width as my photo, which was 4 inches, and lined it up in the middle. And then I took, this is some fabric paper by Amy Tangerine American Crafts. Love the chevron pattern. First I thought about using that as my whole background, and then maybe thought that was getting a little bit too wild, and so then I just decided to kind of color block this layout. So I filled in the space, measured and cut the paper to fit this space and this space, and it's self-adhesive, so you just peel off the back and stick it on. So then what I did for the embellishments, like I said, I made these rosettes. The feathers that I also had these feathers, and there was actually one on the bow that she had on that day. So I incorporated a few of the feathers in, just added a little bit of fabric glue and tucked them behind. And then here on the right side of the photo, this is where my label stickers are, and here I used them for the backdrop for the title. So what I did is I just stacked some together. I tucked them behind the photo, overlapped some onto the photo. I did different colors, different shapes. I think it's good to add in a few circles. If you've had a lot of rectangles, you need to add in a circle to kind of help it balance out. And that ended up a good place to write a little bit. So then I just added my letter stickers right on top of that in the journaling. You can see here that I added a feather over here on the side, and I just used some masking tape to hold it on, just for a little added texture down here by the title. So this is the second layout. Like I said, it's got the label stickers as the base for the title, and then the more non-traditional supplies, which are just the fabric rosettes that I made, and with some feathers stuck behind. Okay, so now I'm going to show you kind of what I have planned for the third layout. I've been saving this little shirt since Grayson was, it's a 6 to 9, so we're going on, probably 3 years old shirt. And I've saved this little shirt because I love this owl on it. And sure, I could just fold the shirt up and put it in a tub and keep it with our baby clothes, but then it just kind of never really gets seen again. So what I decided to do, and the reason I saved it is because I wanted to do this, was actually cut out the owl and use it on a scrapbook page. So that is the plan. I'm probably going to use one of these photos. I think probably this one with her on the iPad, and maybe just talk about how she's a wise owl, you know, kind of play off that, since she knows how to push every button and do everything needed on an iPad, including buy games. So that's kind of the idea I have right now going into it. I'm not promising anything. It could totally change, you know, halfway through. I could totally come up with a different idea and change. But that's where I'm going to start going. I have a stack of label stickers that I've got here. So these are some that are on the top of the stack. Here's some more Studio Calico ones. So I'm going to incorporate those in. I don't know yet what my background's going to be or what pattern papers I'm going to use, but this is a plan and we'll see where it goes, okay?
Don't look back, the road is long. The first days of the war gone. And take back the former throne and turn the tide. 'Cause if you never leave home, never let go, you'll never make it to the great unknown till you keep your eyes open, my love. So tell me you're strong, tell me you see. I need to hear it, can you promise me to keep your eyes open, my love? Just past the circumstance, the first light, a second chance. No child could ever dance the way you do. Tear down the prison walls, don't start the curtain calls. Your chains will never fall till you do. 'Cause if you never leave home, never let go, you'll never make it to the great unknown till you keep your eyes open, my love. So show me your fire, show me your heart. You know I'll never let you fall apart if you keep your eyes open, my love. Open up, open up, open up your eyes. The way is unbroken. Open up, open up, open up your eyes. Keep your eyes.
And here we are with the finished product of the last layout. I hope you enjoyed watching it come together and kind of saw my backwards process of lifting things up and relayering the stickers. No worries about things tearing or anything. You can always put a sticker on to cover it up. So you can see here that I added the border sticker across the top. It wasn't quite 12 inches, so I just snipped it right there and put a little heart sticker to cover that up. The border, the label stickers I just used to create the border through the middle of the layout, and that helped hold the transparency on. Added a little extra texture with the crocheted flowers, added in some kind of sewing looking letters to keep the general theme of the handmade embellishments going. So I hope you enjoyed this class this year. It's been a lot of fun for me. I'm excited about the things that will come next year, and so I hope that you'll join us in 2012.